Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show.
Hello, this is the Hot Topic Show. It's what we do.
We won't judge, but we're judging. It's going to be juicy.
Now, here's Wendy.
You're the one. Thanks for watching us. And say hello to my co-host. I'm feeling feisty. So let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. I'm happy to see you too. All right, so there's more fallout with Kathy Griffin. Well, since the controversial, bloody beheading of the president, CNN has fired her from hosting New Year's Eve with Anderson Cooper. Now, remember, yesterday we were talking about this and I was saying, they might want to consider not having her there on one hand. On the other hand, we forget things so easily as a society that by, December 31st, we would have forgotten about what Kathy did, but Donald Trump won't. See? And he's the type of guy who will be tweeting and social mediaing about this building up for 30 days for a buildup. Don't you think? He's the president, but he's got his petty ways about him. And Kathy, listen, they fired her. She's been doing this special with Anderson since 2007. Wow. And remember, at one point, I think like her first year doing it or something like that, she made like a joke about servicing Anderson, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, they were appalled. But I guess that made people tune in for the next year to find out what else is Kathy gonna say, because she's a comedian, and if you're good at being a comedian, then people always are listening to, what is she gonna say next? Yeah. But I think that this Trump thing took it way too far. Anderson tweeted out, for the record, I'm appalled by the photo Kathy Griffin took part in. It is clearly disgusting and completely inappropriate. Well, I like it too, because it means that what I always think is exactly what it is. There's no real friends in this business. Because if you were her friend, you wouldn't have said anything, Anderson. You would have let CNN just fire her and let her put on her grown woman panties and understand you did this to yourself. It's kind of like how Bill Cosby is looking for, Eddie Murphy and them to back him up. Well, sometimes people get themselves in such a stiff pickle. Sometimes people get themselves in such a pickle that you can't back them. You know what I'm saying? That you just can't. And I'm no Mother Teresa, and if I were Anderson, I would not have put anything out there. I would have called Kathy behind the scenes and said, well, look, this is what happened, and been prepared for Kathy not to want to be friends with me anymore. I mean, these guys hang out together outside of just that Rockin' Eve that they do. As a matter of fact, it was Anderson's job, and then he brought her on. And for the record, Kathy is not losing like a year's worth of livelihood. Hosting a New Year's Eve thing, that's like, give her, $150,000. It's a one-off. But still, sponsors have bowed out from her. And during our morning meeting, it was brought up that, by the way, I've never seen this Anderson Kathy New Year's Eve. I'm from the Dick Clark School, so I tolerate the Ryan Seacrest. Only because he has on Jenny McCarthy, and you never know what's gonna come out of her mouth. You know what I mean? Like old school. Clap if the CNN New Year's Eve thing is your thing. Clap if is this your thing? Really? Clap if you're just watching Ryan because Ryan took over where Dick left off. Yeah. Yeah, the Ryan one is like a well-worn pair of Uggs. You know, just so comfy, you just can't get rid. Tashira? Oh, now, hold on now. Now, hold on now. Royalty is in the building. Tashira is DMX's ex-wife, mother of 4 of his kids, who's walking him through the process of sobriety right now. Okay. I mean, with the life that you're leading at this particular point between the kids and walking X through, I'm surprised you had time to come here. Thank you. How is he doing?
He's doing good. Continued prayers.
Good. Yeah, you're welcome. DMX is in rehab. He's getting help. And thanks for stopping by the way. Is it raining? Why are you wearing hunter boots? What's going on outside?
It was raining upstate when I came down.
Oh, you were upstate?
Yeah, I live upstate.
Oh. Well, do you know Kim Kardashian?
She came into business after, you know,
yeah.
all of that.
Boof, pay some respects to DMX during the commercial break. I want to hear Party Up. I want to hear everything. All right. So now Kim, I'll fill you in. Kim is bashing her 72-day marriage to the basketball player Kris Humphries, and he's pissed. First of all, he's laid low. Like, he's a decent guy. Do you realize all the yip-yap talking that he could be doing at this particular point? Yes. He's done nothing, not with talking about her or his basketball career. Does he still play? Oh, he does?
Google says he plays for the Atlanta Hawks.
Is he a star?
Debatable, but yeah, sure.
Well, you don't much follow sports.
You're right,
but... Kim recently said that she knew it wouldn't work out during their honeymoon. Well, okay, so, you know, she also said that she felt pressured because everybody around her at 30 was married and had children. And Kris is reportedly angry because he's been so respectful of her privacy, and now here she is talking. Well, I beg to differ, Kris. I beg to differ. She didn't say anything bad about you. She didn't say that you guys fought incessantly on your honeymoon or that there was a problem with the sex or whatever. She said nothing about that. What she said was she realized it on her honeymoon. And, you know, as a woman who made that mistake, I don't feel like I'm disrespecting my ex-husband when I say I knew it was a mistake when, not that I care if I disrespect him, but just saying. But I knew it was a mistake when my mother and I were doing venue shopping and dress shopping. You remember when Carrie tried on the dress and she got all itchy, scratchy? Bradshaw, Sex and the City. Come on, you guys. Come on, you know, we live our lives by these girls and we know who they are. Safe, comfortable TV. Anyway, I felt like that, but I went through with it because at that time I was like 27 and I had a good career and I saw people getting married, and my parents have been married now, they still are, you know, for like 65 years at this particular point. And so I felt, it's actually not 65 years, but it's somewhere around there. Anyway, but I felt like, what is the next thing a woman is supposed to do in life, which is pathetic. But there are many of us who make that mistake. So she knew when she was on her honeymoon, and I think this is a cautionary tale. I'm glad that she shared this, you know? However, I wonder what the resort was like. Because you wanna know what, you know how you really get to know somebody? How you really get into each other's heads? I don't care whether you've been married forever or whether you're on your honeymoon. You go to a resort with no TV. Oh, please. He loves a resort with no TV. It makes me stir crazy. But, you know, he's a good talker, so, you know, we have conversation. But after, like, come on. Like, where is the love boat? Where is my TV? We were in Fiji for a week, like several months ago, and there was no TV. But he knew this, but I didn't know it. And they told me ahead of time, so I gathered all my books. I had my portable DVD player. Suzanne, you know, the ones that we've given out to the staff here.
Yep.
I had my portable DVD player. Yes. I'm watching everything. Yes. I'm like, yeah, you wanna watch Scarface or you wanna sit there to keep talking? I bought all the DVDs. It's a small one, we were squinting, but the point is, Kim, this is a cautionary tale. Don't be rushed to rush down the aisle and make stupid mistakes like me and Kim made. I mean, geez Louise, there's hate crimes going on all the time. But I didn't realize that the hate crimes were, I'm about to describe a hate crime that is so old school. I didn't think that this is the way people hated anymore. Yeah. So LeBron James, who's been very, very busy conditioning himself. There's some sort of game going on right now. I have no idea. Is it tonight? What's he doing?
He's playing in game 1 against the Golden State Cavaliers. I'm kidding, it's the Warriors.
Will you be watching?
That is a no.
Okay, so he's been busy. In the meantime, he wasn't home. Somebody spray painted the N-word on the front gate of his compound. Yep. I didn't know we were still getting down like this, haters. Can you imagine? This is like equivalent to still burning crosses on people's lawns. And we know that the hate is real, whether you're Jewish, whether you're black, whether you're Asian, whether you're gay, whether you're a woman, whether you're whatever. The hate is real out here, but that's harsh. I don't think LeBron should say one word. I'll tell you why. Because we're saying it for him. Nobody likes this. This is so stupid. LeBron, I hope that a security camera catches the culprit, and I hope you get him locked up and thrown away. And furthermore, you know, if he wins the game tonight, then there's always that press conference, you know, where the guys go out and they talk at a long table. And people ask him a bunch of questions. At the press conference is where he can just 1 or 2 well thought out sentences, but don't say too much about the haters because everybody is going to be running with this story. You know, this is just disgusting. I wish I would come home and see something like that. Suzanne, you're Jewish.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm saying, what if somebody painted a swastika or something on the side of your house?
So upset, so hurtful. It's horrible.
Yeah. Well, you know, this Liev Schreiber, who I'm into him. When he plays that Ray Donovan, you know what I mean? And he's all tall and thick. Yeah, I know he's a tall one. He's not gonna he's tall. All right. So, you know, he and Naomi Watts have been together for over a decade, but now they're divorced. Or no, now they're not together. They never got married. Naomi and Liev split back in September. After 11 years of being together, they've got 2 sons, an 8-year-old and a 9-year-old. Now, reportedly, they made a pact with each other not to publicly date anyone for a year. I think that's reasonable. It doesn't mean you can't get it in. It doesn't mean you can't date. It just means publicly date. In other words, you Netflix and chill at each other's houses or something like that. But you don't, listen, it's only been 8 months into this 1-year pact. And Liev was spotted. This is what men do. Never obeying the rules. Do you know what I'm saying, Tashira? Never obeying the rules.
Do I?
Liev was spotted getting cozy with Gerard Butler's ex-girlfriend. This looks cozy to me. They look like they're on a suburban street. Anyway, so there he is. He broke the rules. If I were Naomi, I'd be pissed, but there's nothing that I could say. All I could do is have an attitude every time he comes over to pick up the sons. Like, go ahead with your father, don't forget your lunchbox. or something. Just go ahead, I have nothing to say. And also, if I were her, I would not break the rules myself and start dating too. I wouldn't do it. If I were Naomi, I would thug it out for another 4 months and then start dating publicly. Doesn't mean that she's not, having, a cutie slide through for a Netflix and chill. It just means you don't do it publicly. You know what? Here's a double standard, girls. The double standard is if a woman broke the rules 8 months into a 1-year pact, we'd be considered tramps. Tramps, thirsty, desperate. Even the way our boys look at us, maybe the boys would also look at it. The 8-year-old and 9-year-old. They're old enough to comprehend mommy broke the rule, But when guys do this, why aren't we mad at him? Like, I'm not mad at him. I'm rolling my eyes at him. But I want her to hold it out for the rest of the 4 months, only so she looks like the upstanding woman that we are. Yeah. Right? Nas, the rapper Nas, who I love, his latest tour is going to be a situation. Now, I personally would like to go to the one in Camden in September. I don't know whether this tour will still be going on or not. It's 17 cities, which is not a lot. That's not a lot. 17 cities, but guess who he's announced that he's bringing on tour with him? Lauryn Hill. What the funky fresh eyebrow is going on? Oh my God. But beautiful girl. She is a living legend in terms of the music that she's put down solo as well as with the Fugees. But she is notorious for canceling tours and being real disrespectful late. And nobody's got time for that. In my mind, what I'm thinking is Nas, that's why I would go to this show. Because I wouldn't even be counting on Lauryn. Like, Lauryn has got such a track record that if Lauryn was just on, doing like Lauryn Hill at the Beacon Theater, I'm not going. I got things to do in the morning. It's 7 o'clock, the show was supposed to start. It's now 10 o'clock. She gets out there and, performs a series of songs we don't even know the words to. Artists always want to perform their new stuff. Like, perform the stuff we know the word. Anyway, I think that this is Nas trying to help a friend. He's a stand-up guy, trying to help a friend. And this would be a good show if we could count on Lauryn. Problem is that we can't count on Lauryn, and I'm going to the Camden show, and I'm hoping Lauryn doesn't show up. And, well, no, this is why. Because then we get to the reason that I'd really be there, and that'd be Nas. You know what I mean? Like, then don't show. If I rule the world, love them, but what? I know all the words to all the songs. Well, September 14th, I'll let you know what happens, but you check your local listings for where they are near you. You know what? You let me know what happens so that I know whether I need to get the tickets or not. This Wonder Woman movie is a big deal. It's gotten such good reviews, and I love Wonder Woman. And the girl who's playing Wonder Woman looks really, That's my Wenmoji, Wonder Woman Wenmoji. But I love Wonder Woman, and there are a lot of men that are not happy about this opening. And, or excuse me, about this, a lot of the screenings. There's a theater in Austin, Texas that announced that they would have several women-only screenings to celebrate the movie. There are a few places around the country, including there's a place in Brooklyn who says the same thing. The theaters, listen, a woman's only screening, God, politically speaking, we just can't do anything for fun anymore. The times in which we live just suck. You know, back in 1985, a women's only screening I would have gone on with. But nowadays, now what are you gonna say? You know, a men's only this, or, you know, a gay only that, or a black only this, or a white only that. Like, where does it stop? So, they're, like Norman and his squadron, they're very upset.
Uh-huh. I wanna go.
Yeah, well, you're not going to
I'm not
these
going to that one.
screenings.
Right.
Are you upset?
Very. I mean, I really have been looking forward to Wonder Woman on the big screen for decades. But, I mean, I'll go to see it. I mean, it's just that, you know, I can't go to these screenings.
You're left out of the movement.
I'm left out of the movement.
The movement is
right.
the screenings.
Yeah.
Suzanne, do you think it's fair?
Well, I mean, I want to go to the screenings. I don't want Norman there.
Why? Why? Because what
Women power, girl power.
I know, I get the whole girl
Yeah.
power thing, you know, and we exemplify that all the time. 2 hours with Wonder Woman doesn't stop our girl power.
Right,
or
exactly.
kickstart
You're right,
our girl
you're right.
power. But I'm saying the problematicness of, okay, now what? Only people under 5'5"?
Right,
You know, is
right.
it, what's a short people screening now?
Oh, well,
Like what, where?
I'd get in if it was short people screening. You wouldn't get in, though.
And I'd be outside protesting. See what I'm saying? This is the first female-driven superhero movie in over a decade, though. I think that this girl is, I don't even know her name, but we'll know her name by the time, you know, the box office tallies come in, because it is getting, like I said, rave reviews. I'm hosting a screening, as a matter of fact, for my Hunter Foundation. Oh, you can come to my screening. Everybody's allowed.
Right.
Black,
Okay,
Jews,
great.
gays, everybody. Yeah. Anyway, but the Wonder Woman movie opens tomorrow, so let's check it out in our heads together. In the meantime, oh, my leg is dead. We've got more great show for you today, everybody. Chef Katie Lee is in the Wendy kitchen, but up next, the very funny Sandra Bernhard is here.